Greetings, dear friends. Welcome back to 6 Degrees of Connection, the daily live broadcast on Allatra TV. On the daily basis, we travel to different countries of the world, meet different people, to find out about their culture, traditions, and ask the most important questions. What kind of world each person would like to live in? How do we envision society of happy people? And what can each of us do today to live in a creative society tomorrow? During our live broadcasts, we use the theory of 6 handshakes. It means that all people around the world are connected through 5 or even less social connections. So today we can prove that this theory works. And today we are traveling to Liberia. Yeah, this is how we fly to Liberia. Thanks, and now I would like to introduce you my co-host, Olga.
Good evening, everyone. Greetings from Russia. And today we are, as Tatiana mentioned, coming to Liberia, a country located in the west of Africa. And we are within our project of 6 Degrees of Connection. And now our technical support will show to us a small video about our last conference that we had last year in December called Creative Society, Together We Can.
Every day, we share a great amount of information. This information forms our reality. Is this the way we wish to live? We need change. The change starts with us, with the information we share. Consumerist society leads us to death. We need a new vector of life, a creative society. It is up to you and me to build a creative society worldwide, where human life is the main value. Development of humanity is the main aim. Human safety is the main priority. Is it possible to build a creative society now? Yes. All we need to do is unite in one common idea, a creative society. People around the world are already acting to share the idea of creative society with the whole world to make it a reality. Learn how on the unique international online conference, Creative Society, United We Can, December 20th, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, live on Allatra TV. You are the one who can change the future.
Thank you so much. And let me also introduce our guests of today's broadcast. Richnet, good evening. We don't hear you. Maybe you can turn on your microphone.
Good evening. How are you doing?
We are doing great. Thank you so much. Maybe you can introduce yourself. Just briefly tell us what you are doing and what is your background. So just to get to know you closer.
My name is Richard Diamond Washington. I live in Monrovia. Right now, I'm at home in a quiet place.
Okay, thank you so much. And now also we have Robert with us. Robert, maybe can also introduce himself, please.
Okay. Good afternoon from Monrovia. I'm Robert Achimaris, with a background in monitoring, evaluation, and project management. Basically, I've been around with few institutions, but currently I work for Save the Children. I'm the meal coordinator, monitoring, evaluation, accountability, and learning coordinator. And it's a pleasure have an interaction and to be able to talk about a couple of things and exchange of ideas. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So first we will talk about the country, Liberia, to explore it more. And maybe we can ask our guests the question, what makes you proud to be a Liberian citizen? So what maybe you would like to share with other people? I mean, something that makes you proud about your country. Maybe you can tell us.
Yeah. Can I go first?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There are a lot of things in Liberia that I personally like. I like the fact that we are a group of people that have a certain culture or a diverse culture, right? Our culture is mix of so many different cultures. We have 12, not 12, but 15 different segments or counties or Swazi province, and we have 16 different languages we speak in our country other than English. And each of those segments or counties have their own food or they like, yeah. So we have tons of food, and I like the fact that we have a lot of things to choose from, a lot of languages to learn, and one of the things I like about our country is our tradition that enable us to respect our elders and at the age of 20, 21, you graduate from high school, you go to college, and you as you're in college, your parents still monitor you, even as you're in college as a man. You know, that's tradition I really admire it. One of the things I admire of our country and our beaches and our food, our way of life, our tradition. You know, when you go to the countryside, we got like I said, 15 counties or province. If you go to the province or the countryside, the way of life there is far different from Monrovia, where we live, the capital. And I like the way of life in each counties because there are a lot of counties, and each of those counties have different way of life. And I
So it's
admire.
very diverse. It's very diverse country, right?
Yeah, I admire that those different counties and those different traditions. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. And what about you, Richard? Would you please share with us what do you love most about your country? What makes you proud of being Liberian?
Yeah,
Are
because
you?
Richard has just answered. Yeah, Robert, if you Robert now can
Robert.
please, yeah, Robert, tell us.
Okay, all right, okay, yeah, that's good. What actually makes me so proud of my country is the fact that we are peace-loving and hospitable people. All right. So the issue of discrimination, you don't see it in Liberia. We welcome any other people, and you have free movement. So, for an example, uh, our immigration system, for example, once at the port of entry you enter Liberia, you can move anywhere in Liberia without immigration asking you where are your documents and where. And unlike for other countries that we went to, you have to move with your documents every time. So with that, I admire it so much. All right. We are more of that when it comes to, because most of my work have been in the rural area where we call the interior. So the way of life has richness said in Monrovia, you have different style of life. But in the interior, you notice that you have to live by the rules, you have to live by the traditional practices they have there at all costs, and at all point in time you have to respect the others. All right, so you don't just use inventives in the town. For example, you have other towns, other villages, you don't insult, you don't use bad language there. No, it doesn't work there at all. So be it whether they are your parents or not, you have to respect them. All right. So these are the things I actually love in my country. Yeah. And we, on the overall again, we have a couple of foods in Liberia that when you come, you enjoy. All right. So we have
Maybe we can ask our technical support to show to us some photos of your country, and we can comment on them and maybe get more information. If our technical support is able to put it on the screen, so we will be able to see it, would be great. Mm. Yes, yes, this
Yeah,
is what you're talking about, these marvelous beaches and I think waterfalls.
guys, please feel free to comment on them for our viewers to learn more about this country. So if you can, please tell us what do we see there. Oh, can we get back to the previous picture of nature, please? Yeah, thanks to our technical support. Yeah, the shores are just amazing. Richnet and Robert, would you please to comment?
Robert? Yeah, I've been to the waterfall. The place is in a county called Bone County, and the name of the waterfall is Patawi, a very beautiful place.
Patawi. Oh, so you've been there, yeah? You personally have been there.
I've been there,
Wow,
Patawi, very beautiful
that's
place.
very interesting.
Yeah, and I can't really see very clearly. Yeah, so I've been to the waterfall, but I haven't been to all of those places because I don't go out a lot, but I've been to the waterfall, and our beaches we have are beautiful. Some of them are used for fishing purposes, and some of them are used for relaxation. Yeah, and our green fields, as you can see, our country is full of green fields. Majority of our country is green. It's green.
Very nice to hear that also, as you are saying, that the country is green and the mentality of the people are open-minded and, as you mentioned, also very green. So it's a very nice expression. You know, we cannot say the same thing about, for example, Russia, because the Russia is green only on several occasions. Because in winter, in autumn, in spring, it's almost, you know, I cannot say it's green. So mostly in summer. So it's very interesting, and you know, to get to know that I think Liberia is always green.
Yeah, it's always green, always green. So for the B side that you're seeing, that place should be a community called West Point. That the beach side is a community called West Point, and this is in Monrovia itself. This the place you see in the sculpture is in Monrovia itself, and where you see in the ship is our seaport. Freeport is our seaport. Then we have the museum, National Museum. I've been there once or twice before. The National Museum. Yeah.
Okay, now this is, I think, our favorite photo.
Looks very, very delicious.
Exactly.
What do we have there, guys?
You know, we can just take it from the screen and eat.
So
what is this? What is this? We are just joking, but what is this? Can you please tell us what do you see and what's the national food actually?
Okay. There's an ethnic group in Liberia we call the Crew, or we call them quiet speaking people. The Crew people love the seed, the palm nuts. So what you see on the screen is palm butter being made from the palm nut. They boil the palm nut, they beat it, and make the palm butter soup. Yeah, and I'm thinking that's the same thing with the rice, and this is one of our yeah, this is one of our favorite food in Liberia, and the Crew people love this food. And I can see my sister here selling her grow things. Yeah, these are some of the things we
I think maybe while Rishnit is coming back to connection, maybe we can ask also Robert, what is your favorite cuisine, Robert, being a Liberian?
February what? I didn't get it, sorry.
What's your favorite food? Like, what would you advise, I don't know, taste when they are in Liberia?
Yeah, when you are in
Eat in
Liberia,
Liberia.
when you are in Liberia, it's good you taste the pepper soup is good. You taste the palm butter is good. You also taste the potato greens, either the red oil or the fried potato greens. Yeah, it's nice. And when you come, you will love it. Once you come to Liberia, once you taste it, you actually love it. Yeah.
It's a soup. It's a sort of a soup, or it's a sort of what, or a pasta, or
Okay. In this case, for example, when it comes to the palm butter is from the palm. Okay. You know palm, right? You have to, yeah, you have to pound it, you have to squeeze it, you have to sift it, right? So when you sift it, the sort of red juice that you have from there is what you cook. All right. So that one aspect, that's the palm butter. So when it comes to the pepper soup, it's like you have to have your fish, your meat into the pot. You have to put some water there. You put your ingredients. You steam it. All right. You boil it for some time. Then you put water there and you observe it. That's the pepper soup. Then when it comes to the grains, is potato grains. It's kind of a green leaf like. So the potato grains, you have to get it from the farm or from the garden. You have to wash it up and you have to use your knife. You have to use a knife to cut it. All right. Then you have to put, you have to have your ingredients prepared. You have to put your oil on the fire. You have to just the dice. You know, it's so nice, trust me. And once you eat it, you'll love it. Yeah.
I think it's also healthy, right? Because it's also very good for immune system because it seems to have a lot of vitamins.
Oh yeah, too many vitamins, and it's nice. Too many vitamins. The good thing about us, we have a lot of good food. Yeah. Yeah, we have a lot of good food. We have a lot of good food that you don't have. You can go for like 7 days, close to 10 days without repeating soup that you cook for the past days. So have too many things you can eat. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Now I think we had also other photos. I think it's dancing, like.
It's much smaller. Can you kind of display it to make it much bigger?
So maybe you can comment on the next photos that we
see now. We're asking our technical support to make pictures a little bit bigger. Is it possible?
Because I see the people are wearing the, I think, traditional clothes. Some girls are wearing blue.
Oh yeah, that's from
a wedding. Maybe it's a wedding.
It's a wedding, but to actually give a kind of actual description of those photos, when those photos are much bigger, Chairman will be able to actually expand on it. But with that, yes, we have wedding. We have people that couple of the bridesmaids and the bride, they are attending wedding. And from the look of the photo, you actually know that you have the maid of honor. You have the maid of honor coupled by the bridesmaid and that of the bride. This other photo on your left, I cannot clearly see. I cannot clearly describe, but it's like somewhere is in the middle, and you have a lot of people around.
Robert,
yes.
Can I make an injection?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, so the previous photo with the blue. So in Liberia there are three type of weddings we do. We do the traditional wedding, we do the court wedding, and we do the white people wedding. So for the traditional wedding, it has to do with a man who goes to a lady family and he liked this lady, and he tell her family that I want to marry your daughter. So he'll pay $49 for the person, for his wife, and he buy gifts for his in-laws. And after that, some people too, after that ceremony, they do the church ceremony, which is what you see on display on the screen here in the blue. Yeah.
So it's a kind of like payment. You are paying for the wife. It's a kind of like tribute you are giving to a mother of a bribe.
Yeah,
right.
Bride price.
Bride price.
Okay.
So for the picture, the guy standing in the middle, I think it should be a town meeting or so. Like Barbara said, in the rural area, the tradition there is far different from Monrovia. In the rural area, if somebody's coming to visit that district or that town or that province, you find out that the chief or the government in that place, yeah, he always have a town meeting, inclusive of the people of the town, maybe the elders, the youth, the women. This is how sometimes they do their meeting. So I'm certain that the photo that I made is standing in the middle. There is a meeting going on. Yeah. So Robert, could you comment, Robert?
Yes, I'm getting you.
Comment on the other few pictures that I can buttress or so.
Yeah, I'm seeing students. I'm seeing students. I'm seeing students with maize or corn, as we refer to it in Liberia. So the photo there in my mind is more like some students from harvesting their farm, like in our rural schools. Each of those schools we have farm. So it more like our students, all those students came from harvesting their farm, and they are in joyous mood trying to display those produce from their farm. So that's how it's like in my mind. Because in the urban area, like in the Monrovia area, I stand to be corrected, but you don't have schools that have farm. All right, we only have few other schools here, maybe at the tertiary level, at the university level, that may have farm. But for the secondary schools, no, I'm not very sure with that. So this picture is more like a school from the rural part of the country. Yeah.
So Robert.
Yeah.
So back in the days when we went to school, right? When we went to high school, we had something called African Costume Day and Country Cook. You remember that?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So that picture with the student holding the fruit, the water green and the corn, it could mean two things, right? Like you said, in the rural area, schools have farms or teachers have farms. So it could be the students are from the teacher farm or from a school farm for harvesting, because we do agriculture in school here too. Or it could be another alternative. It was maybe country cook day or that African costume days, because we have all of those things in our school system here to remember our tradition as Liberians and as Africans. So I think Robert is correct to be from the farm. People from the rural area is from a farm or from having a school program.
So just to clarify, do people wear their traditional African clothes at school every day? Yeah. So that is what you are saying, yeah?
No, not every day. You have a specific timing has per the academic calendar. So have African costume day. So it will be like as per the academic calendar, you have specific time that you're supposed to wear, and that more than one day. Maybe it can be designed within a week period during academic, during the instructional period, and it's like okay, from for example, December 5 to the 10 will be school activities where you will have too many different activities: soccer tournament, African costume day, talent show, country cook. And, you know, these are just extra curriculum activities. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the essence of that is to enable us to remember our culture. For my days in high school, and junior high school, I admired the African costume, in the country code where I love to eat different food. So when it comes to the African costume day and the country cook day, you'll be able to taste all of the food in Liberia, all of the tribes, like the 16 tribes in Liberia, all of their food, like you'll be able to taste 16 different food. Yeah, and 16 different culture, you'll be able to experience it. So this is one of the reasons that I think they have the African costume day. And like Robert said, that day mostly runs for 5 days or 1 week. So yeah, we have sports, we have question tournament, we have our African suit, and the best person with the best native suit with the best attitude we carry or prize maybe that day or so.
Thank you so much, guys. It was very interesting to learn more about your country, and such beautiful introduction. And most of all, I love the smiling faces of kids with corn. Actually, due to modern technology and the rule of 6 handshakes, we now have such beautiful possibility to travel from one country to another using just internet and our gadgets. And now let's move to the second part of our live broadcast. If to come back to the video we were watching in the beginning of our live broadcast, we seen that the question which arises is very, very sharp. And what type of society we would like to live in. And right now, millions of people from different countries of the world are actively joining the Creative Society project, sharing with their ideas and discussing the ways to build creative society for all people on our planet. So we would like to ask you how you envision a society where you, your loved ones, would feel happily and live comfortably in all areas of life.
All right. If I may actually come in, I envisage to live in a society globally that is peaceful. All right. Society that is void of racism. A society that you will live as if you are from your home country. All right. So, and it's a kind of a two ways street, meaning you need to pay towards that. So, in other words, if a society is to be free, it means that we need to live and have respect for one another, void of crime. So, you should be a peaceful person, and definitely you live in a peaceful society. So, we shouldn't in any way be judged by maybe how we look. We shouldn't in any way be judged maybe based on our skin in terms of being racist also. We should be able to interact with one another globally because we are human beings and we have the right to live. So if you actually read through the Creative Society, the 8 Foundation there, I love it so much, all right? So I'm trying more like to be able to adapt it and to be able to live with it and have it practice. So those 8 foundations that you have within the Creative Society, I actually want to see across the world as well. Yeah.
Yeah. For the question you asked, our country is a country that have been through a lot. So when you ask the question, what do I envision our world to be the world I want to live in, to be for me and my family and people across the world, I would say a world without violence. Yeah, because even though there are diverse culture in places around the world, but there are one thing that is constant in human nature is violence. We know how to do evil to each other. And that sometimes really disturbs me. Even in my own country, yeah, it really disturbs me. Another thing is corruption. I want our world to be free of corruption. Yeah, we have good, our country have good people, but our leaders have problems. They're always corrupt. And we don't have no mainstream which to hold them down. Like, for example, you call your lawmakers to call them to correction, they wouldn't even want to listen to you till election day. So I think corruption and living a free life as a human, these are the three things that I envision my life, my word to this word to be. Um, free of violence, free of corruption, and a person to live a life free of any suppression. Like what Robert said, the Eight Foundation. One thing that really touched my heart is every human being are born to be free. Yeah, they are born to be free. And it really touched my heart someplace in Africa that the girls are being kidnapped, like right in Nigeria, girls are being kidnapped, boys are being kidnapped. It really touched my heart when I hear it over the news because they are sometimes they're being used for sex slaves, sometimes they're being used for like used as animal. And it does not go down well. It doesn't feel well to me. It doesn't feel well. It really bothers me a lot. Yeah.
That's true. Unfortunately, though we are considered, let's say, as a modern civilization, we still have a lot of documents to protect human lives. But actually, in practice, simply these documents do not work.
Yeah.
That's why, I mean, we would like to show our technical support team our first foundation because it's so much fundamental. So we put it at the first place. And these first foundations, it's actually tell us about human life. I think that what also RichNet was talking about, that human life comes first, and let us read it. That human life basically has the highest value. Tatiana, maybe you can read it because it's too small letters for me.
Human life is the highest value. Life of any human has to be protected as one's own. The goal of society is to ensure and guarantee the value of each human's life. There is not and never there be anything else more valuable than a human's life. If one human is valuable, then all people are valuable.
Thank you so much. This is exactly, it's very touching because we all understand that without the value of human life, we cannot go on as civilization, because this was happening as trafficking of people that you just mentioned. And also like slavery, like hidden form of slavery still exists. It all happens because people do not have the value. They do not value a human life. That's why in the creative society, this society that all of us are now, we are coming into this stage, a human life takes the first place.
Actually, I think we should tell more about these foundations to our viewers. Some time ago, a very important article about foundations and stages of building of creative society came out on Allatraunites.com. These 8 foundations are the result of millions of interviews which Allatra International Public Movement participants made all around the world. So these were the answers of people, and after this like summary of these answers, we have 8 foundations of creative society. So we really can say that this is the need of every single person to build such a society which will be found where foundations are these 8 foundations. Yes, our technical support right now is showing us the article about 8 foundations. You can easily find it on our website, allatraunites.com, and to learn more about them. They all are interconnected and they can't exist one without another. And Yes, thanks to our technical support. And I loved that you guys, Richnet and Robert, mentioned about foundations, about freedom, about humans' life. Thank you.
Let me also remind you that we are now currently at our first stage, because the project of Creative Society has several stages of implementation. Now we are at the stage of information. So it means we are spreading about this possibility to build creative society. I don't know, we're spreading this information with everyone. We're spreading it among our friends, among our colleagues at works. Even recently, for example, I was taking a taxi and I was gave this card to a taxi driver because he said, "Oh yes, this actually I also wanted to be. I mean, in this creative society, because in the creative society, everyone is working 4 days a week and 4 hours per day, and it's more than enough to get the salary to cover the expenses, because unfortunately nowadays, as also our guests were saying, that corruption takes a lot of these resources, this money resource that people, are paying money, and then they're paying a lot of taxes and no improvement in the real life. Why? Because no one knows where our taxes are going to. And I think our fourth foundation is very pertinent to mention in this respect. Maybe now also our technical support would be so kind to put it on the screen, because it's talking to us about transparency. And transparency and openness of information for all. And I will read it. So every human has the right to receive reliable information about the movement and distribution of public funds. And each human has access to information about the status of implementation of society's decisions. The mass media belong exclusively to the society and reflect information truthfully, openly, and honestly. And these are very fundamental things. Maybe we can ask our guests what they think about fourth Allatra Foundation, Foundation for the Creative Society.
Yeah, in view of that, it's right, it's true. I like the fact that the mass media belongs fully to the society, because all around the world, one group of people that give the government hard time is the press. Yeah, the press really give the government hard time, because when they see that the government is not doing what they are required to do, most of the time they put in effort to expose them, and that is true. That is true. The fourth point on transparency is needed. It's needed even all around the world. It's needed because we pay taxes. Our parents pay taxes. We pay taxes on everything we buy. Everything we buy, we pay taxes. Okay, the house we live in, we pay taxes. But we don't know where the money goes. Yeah, we don't know where the money goes. Like Robert said in our pre-interview, he said, our soldiers are unpaid. Our soldiers are unpaid. But our lawmakers makes a lot of money. You won't imagine how much money they make. Yeah, so transparency too is good. We need to know where our country fund goes. We need to know how our country is being ran. We know even for the movement it's a good point. It's a good point.
Thank you so much, Richnet, for this information. And also we can ask now our technical support to show us the eighth foundation for the Creative Society, also to show it on the screen. It's called Self-Governing Society. So Tatiana, maybe you can feel like maybe reading for our guests.
Yeah, self-governing society. The concept of power in a creative society is absent, since the responsibility for a society as a whole, its development, living conditions, and harmonious format lies with each human. Everyone has the right to participate in the management of the affairs of the creative society and in the adoption of laws that improve human life. The solution of socially important, socially significant economic issues that affects the quality of humans' life is submitted for a public discussion and voting. Referendum.
So what do you think about this foundation, Richnet?
Yeah, I think that point too is okay because I think the creative society is meant to augment or to correct. I would say my society, right? If I'm a member of the creative society and like you say, I'm a volunteer and I want to see these things that are listed in the eight foundation. I will understand. I will know that the eight points I admire it because one of the things it says there is that foundation, the concept of power in Africa is absent. Not Africa, but the concept of power is absent. Yeah, sometimes in the world at large, when someone become a leader or a powerful person, they forget to know that the position that they hold are not for them. It's for the society, it's for the country, it's for democracy as a whole, it's for the citizens. But sometimes they forget these simple points and they treat it as if that position is their birthright or their family inheritance, you know. So the concept of the eighth foundation, the eighth one, is it make a lot of sense. It make a lot of sense. And the portion that has to do with the human right and everybody participating too. Yeah, that too is important too.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I think we also lost Robert on the way, yes, because it seems to be that he just maybe didn't have good internet because I don't see him in there.
Yes, we have a
Now.
lot for now. And actually, we would like to ask Richard about how do you think how important is to spread this idea of creative society all around the world, to share with these 8 foundations, and what else can be done for more people to learn about this idea in the near future?
Yeah, I think for now we at the information stage. So massive publicity like you are doing right now is important. I was able to talk to a couple of my friends yesterday about the A Foundation, you know. So some of them wanted me to add into the group chat, but I was a little busy yesterday. I was not able to send you Zari number. So one of the things is one of the things we could do is that we could publicize more. Publicize more because the idea of the AIDS Foundation is real. It's 100% real. People are facing real problems. These things that you listed from the AIDS Foundation are people real problem, you know. So if I'm facing that problem in my country and I see that this the AIDS Foundation has the idea or the mainstream which we could develop ourselves to a point that we tell our lawmakers or to our government, no, we're not doing certain things. No, we wouldn't agree. Not in a violent form now, but in a more hospitable form, you know, and our lawmakers see it as a means of turning around. You know, everybody from my end, I think will accept the idea. So I think the main point is to keep on pushing forward and informing people about the A Foundation. Yeah.
Maybe you can organize a second round table also with your friends, Richnet, because as you said, you already talked to your friends about 8 foundations for the creative society. So maybe they will also would like to comment and give us their opinion. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's something I would do because I started talking yesterday with a couple of my friends. Yeah, but Zayu showed some interest. I don't know why he didn't return my call, but I'm going to talk to some of my friends. Maybe we'll do a roundtable and we'll get you guys informed.
And also we'll be planning maybe later on a roundtable on journalism. So also if maybe you have some friends related to the mass media field or journalism, please also let it know, because we can invite them to participate in this discussion, because the 4th foundation for the creative society about transparency and openness information is directly related to journalism.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I will see what I can do because in Liberia, it's not hard to get anybody you want to get. They ask them, they will do it. Like Robert said, our society is very free. We are free people. They ask them, they will do it. If they have the time, they will do it. Yeah. So I will see what I can do to ask some of them, some of my friends that know people that are journalists and so.
Thank you so much. And I want to once again focus our attention on the informational stage and on the importance of informing our neighborhood, our friends, co-workers, relatives. Because if we have such an example, if we would like, for example, to build a house or something, first of all, we have to inform people or like to discuss the project of this house. Yes, we have to inform every single person on this planet about the creative society and tell them that this format of society is really possible and we can really build such a happy society for happy people. So that is why we have to know the opinion of every single person. So we really have to inform everyone from our surrounding. So dear viewers, if you support the idea of creative society, don't forget to share with this video using the hashtags Allatraunites and Creative Society, and please visit our website allatraunites.com. There you will see a big red join us button, by pressing which you can choose the language you're speaking and choose the way how you want to participate in this project, or simply share with your ideas and your vision of creative society. And our participants will contact you, of course. And if you want to be the part of our next live broadcast, please send us an email using the address you're seeing right now on the screen. And want to say that to build this creative society, we all should be united by one goal. And this goal, I'm sure it is really beautiful, and it is very important because it gives benefit for all humanity and for every single person.
I totally agree with you, Tatiana, and would like to thank you so much, and also would like to thank Richnet for his contribution today, and also for Robert. Unfortunately, he left. And as we mentioned, we would like to invite the friends of Richnet and friends of Robert for our second telebridge with Liberia, because I have seen we have so many things to explore regarding food, regarding nature, and I'm sure we can make a very interesting broadcast again. So thank you very much for today, and see you later in the upcoming telebridges. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Mm-hmm.